Hey friends, welcome. As we gather in the glow of twinkling lights and the warmth of this cherished season, let us pause for a moment. Christmas, a holiday beloved around the world, has become a dazzling celebration of family, giving, and tradition. But as we look at how we celebrate today, we must ask ourselves, are we keeping its true meaning at the heart of our festivities? What would Jesus himself say if he stood among us, watching how we honor his birth? Would he see the love, humility, and unity that he came to share? Or would he gently remind us of the deeper purpose of this sacred time? Let us open our hearts and minds to consider how Jesus might speak to us today. Let's journey together into timeless truths he might share, truths that hold the power to transform our holiday season and our lives. Remember why I came into this world. Jesus might begin by gently reminding us, I came not to bring grandeur, but to show the world the power of love, forgiveness, and salvation. My arrival was quiet, a child born in a humble stable, surrounded by shepherds and animals, under the light of a single star. It was not wealth or power that marked my birth, but the joy of heaven breaking into the world. So think about that for a minute. Think of a nativity scene, a young mother and father, weary from travel, finding no room in the inn, and settling among animals for the night. Yet it was here that angels sang, proclaiming peace on earth and goodwill to men. The simplicity of that moment speaks volumes. In the rush of holiday preparations, let us pause and remember that it is the love and peace of Christ that we truly celebrate. Do not let materialism overshadow the message of love. Jesus might observe the hustle and bustle of shopping malls and online sales and say, the joy of giving is sacred, but it is not found in the price tag. Let your giving be a reflection of the love in your heart. True gifts are among those that bring light into someone's life. Kindness, encouragement, forgiveness, and care for those in need. Think about that for a minute. Now, while gifts can bring joy, Jesus might encourage us to focus on gifts of deeper value, gifts that come from the heart, not off the store shelf. And instead of striving to impress, focus on thoughtful acts of love, helping a struggling neighbor, visiting someone who is lonely, or donating to those less fortunate. The wise men brought gifts to honor Jesus, but their offerings were symbols of their reverence, not measures of their wealth. Christmas is about community and reconciliation. Jesus would likely stress the importance of relationships by saying, do not let this season pass without seeking peace and reconciliation with one another. As I forgave you, so too must you forgive others. Let your celebrations bring healing to your homes and communities. The joy of Christmas is brightest when shared in unity. Now, think about that. Wow, that's beautiful. Christmas is a time to gather with loved ones, but it can also bring reminders of strained relationships and unresolved conflicts. Jesus might challenge us to take the first step towards forgiveness. He would encourage us to extend invitations to those who feel left out, to mend broken relationships, and to create peace where there has been division. I was not born on December 25th, but celebrate with intention. Jesus would likely address the historical timing of his birth with wisdom and grace. The exact day of my birth is not the focus. Scholars suggest I was born in the spring or autumn when shepherds would have been tending their flocks by night. But what matters is not the date, but the reason for your celebration. Remember, I came to bring light into the world, to show you God's love in action. Consider that now. Historical records suggest that the Roman census and shepherding practices align with a birth around late September or early October. The early church chose December 25th to coincide with winter solstice traditions, symbolizing the light of Christ entering the world. Jesus would remind us that it is not the date that gives Christmas meaning, but the intentional celebration of his love, grace, and sacrifice. Carry Christmas beyond the season. Now, finally, Jesus might gently challenge us, saying, "Let the spirit of Christmas, a spirit of generosity, joy, and love, become part of your daily life. It's not a holiday, but a way of being. As I taught you, love your neighbor, care for the poor, and be a light to those in darkness." Let Christmas change your heart so that you carry its light with you every day. Think about that. It's easy to let the Christmas spirit fade as the decorations come down and life resumes its busy pace. Jesus would encourage us to keep its essence alive. Volunteer regularly, show patience and kindness to strangers, and create moments of joy for others. In doing so, you make Christmas a continuous act of faith and love. So, as we reflect on these words, let us ask ourselves, how can we honor the true meaning of Christmas in our lives? This holiday is not about perfection or extravagance. It's about love breaking into a weary world, a message of hope and redemption that transcends time. Carry this thought with you. What if every day was a reflection of Christmas? What if we lived with the same generosity, joy, and peace that we cherish during this season? Let this Christmas renew your heart, not just for one day, but for a lifetime. Let us honor Jesus not in word, but in action, carrying his light to a world that so desperately needs it. May this season remind you of the love that came down from heaven, and may you walk in that love every day. Amen. That was beautiful. Thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you and your family have a beautiful holiday season coming up. I'll be thinking about you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Merry Christmas. Take care.